So there are two kinds of moms to honor and celebrate this time of year. The mom who's excited for school to start and the mom who's dreading it. But both can agree on one thing. The start of the school year, it can feel really overwhelming, especially when you're navigating the world of youth sports and activities. My next guest has a method to the madness. Her family follows a few smart and specific guidelines before deciding what their kids will participate in. Mom of 5 and owner of the Piano Place, Sarah Davies, is joining me to share more. I told Sarah during the commercial break you are quickly becoming my favorite influencer.
Oh, well,
you are putting out, and I know that's not what you're striving to be, but you're putting out such goodness and meaning into how you mother and how you share. So thank you for that. You have a really thoughtful approach to picking extracurricular activities for your family, and we're going to get into that. But before we do, I think it's just this shared sentiment. Like, we've just accepted it, and we're all kind of rolling back that it's intense. Like, youth sports, youth activities, it's kind of crazy.
It's absolutely crazy. And I don't know if it's where we live, but this is the most common topic amongst my friends right now. We are all behind the scenes, I think, dealing with this. There's so much pressure. There's so much fear, I guess, as a parent to have our kids fall behind. And it's something I found that my husband and I, we've been operating out of fear instead of intention. And so I'm laughing that I'm even the contributor on this because I have not done this well up to this point, but it's something that we are determined to go into this next school year doing better.
Well, you're pushing back in a way that I wish more parents would, because we do all feel the same. But for you, it's about remembering the why.
So that's the first thing that when we were talking, we were like, why do we want our kids to do this? We've got to get back to that first and foremost. And our answers were not good. They were because we want them to be on a high school team, or because we want to see if they could have a shot in college. And we found those are operating maybe out of our own ego of what we want for them or what we wish we could have done. And we've got to set those aside. We want them to do these things to build their character, to develop grit, resilience, hard work, to be social. That's why we want them to do it, not for any other reason.
So get honest, parents, and really answer the why. Under the umbrella of this topic is this subtopic of specialization, right? You feel like your kid, as you mentioned, has to set out on a certain path if they want to be on this team or that. And you really want to look at the whole child, or you try to look at the whole child.
I mean, the data, it says that 1 in 100 of our kids out of high school are going to go on to play a D1 sport, and only less than 1 in 500 will go on to play professionally. The odds, and we know some kids have a great talent, you know, and we should follow up with that, but a lot of us, we're not going to be doing that. And so in our family, we want to aim for well-rounded. In our family, we let our kids pick one ball sport or one sport dance, and then we want them to do an art so that they can also balance academics and social, because those 4 components of a sport, an art, social, and academic, that's what makes for a well-rounded child. And that's ultimately what we really want for our kids.
Can we get into more of your family approach? Because this is where it gets really unique.
Love it.
You and your husband came up with sort of a criteria.
I mean, as we're looking at it, my husband's like, dang, I wish I was better at golf and could, you know, contribute more on golf trips for lunch outings. And I'm like, and I play pickleball and tennis a couple of times a week. And so we want to prioritize activities that have a lifetime value. These are things like swimming, biking, running, skiing, tennis, pickleball, golf, and especially music lessons. These are things that our kids will be able to enjoy for years and years to come. And so we know that team sports add a lot of value, but we have to prioritize things that they'll be able to take with them for years beyond.
I love that. What will serve them their whole life through, and not just until they're a senior in high school. It's so wise. And finally, just the idea of letting kids be kids. We can't grow them up too fast, right?
We can't. And if you think about it, we've got 18 years with them under our roof. What are we going to spend our time doing? I think so much we are burning our kids out. We spread them too thin. And we have to, as the parent, prioritize when we need them home. We are the boss. It's not our parent. It's not our coaches. It's nothing. We need to teach them to be good players and to show up when they have a commitment. But how do we prioritize and put our family first? I feel like it's so important.
Oh, I love this message, and I love that you're sharing it. And I know you hold these same values at the Piano Place.
We do. The Piano Place was born out of a desire to not have kids have to go down a classical, academic, rigorous music route. We want our kids to be able to be multi-sport athletes, but to also be able to contribute greatly and to be able to have that outlet that music brings, which is so priceless.
You've got a lot of locations. You're doing great things instilling the arts and music into these kids. Where can we get more?
Okay, so we have locations from Rexburg down to St. George, all throughout Utah. You can find us on social media at The Piano Place or on our website, thepianoplaceutah.com.
Thank you, Sarah.
Running great back-to-school sales, so give us a call.
All right, thank you so much.